Welcome back, viewers. Now let's track the latest development that we are learning in the probe related to the Pak spies. According to the sources, investigative agencies are keeping a close eye on the Jyoti Malhotra's case. The Jyoti Malhotra's Bangladesh tour, and this has come after there are links emerging of her supplying information to the Pakistanis ISI. As per sources, what they say is that she is suspected of going on a tour to Bangladesh on the instructions of the ISI agent Danish and the Pakistan High Commission staffer who was expelled from India. Earlier, Jyoti had posted videos in temples, colleges and other places in Bangladesh on social media. Well, in fact, this is no secret that Jyoti Malhotra's social media profiles have given out the police a very clear picture of where all she used to travel, and in the name of a freelancer and a name of a YouTuber, she had made many visits to Bangladesh and Pakistan earlier as well. Vipin Parmar is joining me with more details. Vipin, as your sources in Haryana police is concerned, how far has the probe now reached as far as detailing the credentials of her plans and also uncovering the kind of intentions Jyoti Malhotra had before planning the visit for allegedly also supplying information to Pak's ISI agents is concerned?
Haryana police is desperately waiting for the forensic report to come. As her laptop, her mobile had already been given to the cyber police, the forensic team. The data will be recovered soon. So, the picture will be pretty much clear that how she was, circulating and sending the information from India to Pak, these ISI agent, and how she was handled by Danish, who made, multiple contacts of Jyoti there in Pakistan, whether it's Al-Hassan, Shakib, she was in continuous contact with all these people. Well, this person whose name was saved as Jat Randhawa, to decoy to cheat people over here in India. Now police is desperately waiting for this forensic report to come, as they produced Jyoti after 5 days remand into the court, and they clearly stated that we are waiting for the forensic report to come. So extension of remand was granted by the court to the police. Now a long fairest of question is being asked by Jyoti, whether it's NIA, whether it's central agencies, Haryana police, Madhya Pradesh police, all are asking multiple questions to Jyoti. Well, in all between this, Bangladesh tour of Jyoti had now came into the light as centralized agencies. They are continuously investigating her Bangladesh tour. Well, she visited Bangladesh, and quite surprisingly, she visited Dhaka University, whose student created a cope over there, and she interacted with all those students. So now investigation agencies, they are questioning Jyoti about her visit. The central investigation agencies, they are questioning Jyoti about her visit, whether she was sent by Danish to Dhaka as her visit. You see the travel bloggers, they usually avoid Dhaka or Bangladesh visit during the summertime. But Jyoti visited Bangladesh during the summertime, and a set pattern of tourism is there in Bangladesh. People across the globe or India, they usually visit Bangladesh during the Durga Puja, Durga Ashtami, celebration time. But Jyoti, on the other hand, visited Bangladesh during the summer time, and she visited Dhaka University. On the other hand, travel bloggers, they used to focus over, fooding products, fooding hotels, and they travel, they travel to different places. But Jyoti was showing military establishments there in Bangladesh. This is what the initial, interrogation and initial information we have gathered from the highly police, official sources of police side. But also, now this angle is also being investigated, not only Bangladesh visit, but her China visit. Also, a blank visa application had been recovered by the police, Haryana police, during the raid at Jyoti's place, in which she mentioned again to visit Bangladesh. The date was not mentioned in that particular paper, but now police is continuously asking her when she was planning to go to Bangladesh again, what was her purpose, who was sending her to Bangladesh. So these are the line of question continuously being asked by the Haryana police and central agencies from to Jyoti, and the Haryana police is continuously desperately waiting for
Well,
the
all
forensic
right,
report to come
Vipin,
in.
thank you very much for adding information and in fact sharing more updates. As far as another arrest by the UP ATS is concerned in the Pakistani Spygate case, according to sources, the ISI spy Tufail has visited Kannauj and Sirhind. While this visit was followed by the creation of 19 WhatsApp groups, Tufail, the resident who was arrested from Nawasapura, shared provocative videos of Pakistani terrorist Maulana Saad Rizvi on these groups that he had created. Sources have also told Newsx that more than 800 mobile numbers in these groups are under surveillance. Abhishek Singh is joining me with more details. Abhishek, what are you picking up? These are the latest details. 800 contacts continue to be under the surveillance of Uttar Pradesh ATS as far as tracing the links and in fact the kind of association of this Varanasi resident who was spreading the information and videos of a Pakistani terrorist.
Yes, the Tufail, after his initial interrogation, many of the things have came out. What we are learning from our sources that the investigating team, which was initially investigating the case and also interrogated Tufail initially, as clearly they have are doing a new intelligence of investigation have came out. 800 or more than numbers are being undertaken under surveillance, which was a proper group was being made by Tufail for spreading the Pakistani propaganda in the country. And also he has picked many of the towns in UP like Mau and Azamgarh and many of the places which are densely located of the Muslim population. And also many of the educated Muslim boys were being preached by him for taking up the jihadi agenda in the social media. 800 numbers of the Purvanchal area of the UP were taken under surveillance, which was properly made a, Tufail has made a proper WhatsApp group where he was circulating the videos of jihadi leader of Pakistan backed Tehreek-e-Labbaik, a terrorist group of which was being backed by Pakistan, and he was promoting his videos and encouraging the Muslim community boys to work for the jihad in the country, and also they were planning something big which is being under investigation. Also during this he has chatted with Nafisa, a lady who belongs to Faisalabad of Pakistan, and she was also telling Tufail how to work for this. Also many of the religious things were being done by Tufail, religious meetings were being done by Tufail for this agenda only, and he was properly using social media as a tool for spreading his Pakistani propaganda or the jihadi propaganda in the country.
Well, all right, Abhishek, stay on with us on the telecast, as what we are learning next is that Tufail, as per the sources, attempted to incite the Muslim youth in the Jaitpura, Adampur, Azamgarh, Lota, Bajardiha, Madnapur, Bernia, Harda areas. As per, in fact, the attempts, this person who has been accused for spying on behalf of Pakistan left his studies about 14 years ago, and he is currently lodged in Lucknow jail. He used to incite the Muslim youth by instigating them about the messages and the forwards of in fact the videos that were coming from Pakistan. He also used to give speeches in gathering just like Maulana Saad. Abhishek, what are you picking up in this regard? Are there any records of these evidence that the police has been able to now access about the speeches that he used to give to the Muslim youth and a staunch supporter that he became of the speeches of Maulana Saad in India? also propagating the Pakistani narrative.
Yes, uh, you know, the initial investigation and the interrogation, what we are learning during that, many things have came out, and police and also the UP ATS is working on it. Tufail, a mobile was recovered from Tufail when he was arrested, and from that mobile phone, after being surveillance and after being taken the technical aspects of the phone which were recovered from that, many of the videos of Maulana Saad were recovered from the phone, which were being multiply forwarded to many of the groups and also to the people. And these are the numbers which are taken under surveillance. Also, the Saad, who is a terrorist and also a leader of a terrorist group, which was funded and aided by Pakistan, his videos were being forwarded by Tufail to many of the groups and to many of the numbers. Also, during very many of the religious meets, he was also started giving the preachings to the Muslim youth regarding the Maulana Saad and his jihadi content. Also, he was also trying to make a proper group in the different towns of UP so that
Also send an SMS, right? If the
some Pakistani propaganda. Yes.
All right, Abhishek, thank you very much for more updates that you have shared. Now, let's shift our focus to other developments. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has stated that no one has supported Pakistan's military regimes and undermined its democratic processes as consistently as Western countries. In an interview with the Danish newspaper Bulletin, Jaishankar, Dr. S. Jaishankar has criticized that the West for backing the Pakistan when it was under military dictatorship. He has suggested that such support has weakened democratic institutions in the country, whether it was Kennedy and Johnson who backed Ayub Khan, Ronald Reagan who shared a close personal rapport with Zia-ul Haq, or even George Washington Bush who more recently supported Musharraf after the 9/11. The West's history of cozying up to military regimes in Pakistan is quite evident. Professor Madav Nalapad, who is editorial director at the TSC, is joining me live. Major General P.K. Sehgal also joins me live on the broadcast. In fact, on that note, let me first clearly speak to my guest, Major General P.K. Sehgal. Sir, appreciate you joining me live on the broadcast. Now, this is a big statement that has come after a month of what happened in Pahalgam, that has also garnered a lot of attention on the terrorist activities that have been exposed by Pakistan from the world and from many countries who have given their staunch support to India. But this particular statement by Dr. S. Jaishankar denotes to India's complete stand on how it views West. While there is a question, there is a subject of supporting the terrorist activities and also covering up for their actions after India has been clearly advocating that it has killed nearly 20,000 of innocent civilians to the terrorist acts. Your thoughts, Mr. Sehgal?
I am absolutely and totally in agreement with what Jaishankar has said. The Western world, particularly America, has never been supportive of India. Right from the time when Pakistan became independent during the Cold War, John Foster Dulles, who was the Secretary of State of America at that point of time, absolutely and totally supported Pakistan because Pakistan was an ally of theirs in their Cold War activity against then Soviet Union. Then again in 2004, after the 9/11, Pakistan was made an ally of America. They were given the non-NATO status. Whether it was in 65 or 71 war, Pakistan was absolutely and totally backed up by the Western world. In 1965, Pakistan war plans were made by America and Britain. And they had given them also an aircraft which was the latest in the world at that point of time, Sabres. Whereas we fielded only Second World War. They had the latest Patton tanks again gifted by Americans, whereas we had the Second World War. Their artillery had a range of 21 kilometers, where we had an artillery of range of only 11 kilometers. That notwithstanding, we won the war because of the man behind the machine was very solid. His moral motivation, the cause for which he was fighting was superior to that of Pakistan. 1971, again, it was the Western world, Americans and the Britishers, which drew their operational plans. It was because of their idea that Pakistan carried out preemptive strikes against 12 of her frontline airfields. And they had plans that they will have breakfast in Jammu, lunch in Jalandhar, and dinner in Delhi. But what happened was something totally contrary. Within 13 days, we broke up Pakistan into two halves, and 93,000 troops surrendered. But that notwithstanding, if you recall, Americans had sent the 7th Fleet in the Bay of Bengal, and Henry Kissinger in his memoirs says that had Pakistan not surrendered, they had plans to vaporize Calcutta. So even thereafter, whether it was the Kargil war, etc., it was Bill Clinton who whistled up Nawaz Sharif, and he was also wanting to whistle up Atal Bihari Vajpayee, but Atal Bihari Vajpayee resisted the move, and Bill Clinton had told him that the Pakistanis have moved their nuclear arsenal from Sargodha and have made it with the F-16, and you should come here. And they wanted Atal Bihari Vajpayee to compromise and barter away some of our land in Kargil. Notwithstanding that, Atal Bihari Vajpayee took a very strong stance, and he said, should Pakistan dare launch a nuclear weapon against us, within 8 to 10 minutes I will wipe out Pakistan in totality. It will be only known in the history that a country called Pakistan existed. Even in today's thing, if you've seen what Donald Trump has been up to, it is clearly indicative of the anti-India stance by them. Though they have, none of these countries, though they have held India's hand, none of them have strongly condemned what Pakistan did at Pahalgam, which is something very, very strange. They've been utilizing the equation with Pakistan initially to counter Soviet Union, thereafter to counter Afghanistan, Taliban, and thereafter even to keep an eye on China. But Pakistan has always been playing a double game. They've been supportive of all military establishments across the globe and have weakened their democracies throughout.
All right. Mr. Sehgal, thank you very much for being with us on the broadcast. I appreciate your comments and your thoughts. Now, on that note, I also have Professor Madav Nalapad. Sir, appreciate your presence on the telecast. As the comments have come by Dr. S. Jaishankar, this also clearly exposes how India wants to make the stand clear to the global powers as well, when it categorically views terrorism. As Dr. S. Jaishankar has said, and also accused Europe for supporting Pakistan and backing Pakistan when it was under the military dictatorship. Not just that, Dr. S. Jaishankar has also identified terrorism as one of the world's largest and most pressing collective issues. Apart from all the other issues, terrorism remains to be at the first number. Now, how exactly this statement also positions India in a dynamics of India's relationship with the West as well, when India has made it very clear that no matter what, they will continue to fight the terrorist forces?
Look, India and the West are friends and partners in the new Cold War, where it's been fought against China and the US principally. But the fact of the matter is, the West has to understand that, and the West cannot just slight India as it used to in the past. The reality of the situation is that India is the key ally where the Indo-Pacific is concerned. It was Japan in the past, but today the Japanese are very important, the Australians are very important, the Indians are the most important for geographical reasons, for reasons of a young population, for reasons of robust economic growth, for various reasons. So the West, frankly, there's an increasing segment in the West. But you must remember, the Pakistan army are masters at dealing with Western media. You have even a second-class journalist from a third-class Western publication, and he is received at the airport by people in uniform. He is saluted. He has a guard of honor. He goes in a military car to the wherever he's staying. They've arranged a beautiful guest house for him. All that is done. And forget about special correspondents and editors. They're treated better than the Pakistani state royalty, because for them what's important is a good foreign press. And they spend so much of time and money on butter for the foreign press. So I want to say that I'm not surprised that this thing is happening. I'm not surprised at all that this kind of thing is happening. So, because that's all the military is good at. It's not good at fighting. It's not good at war. It's not good at any of these activities. It's not even good at covert war anymore, because in Pahalgam we exposed them very quickly. The reality, the one thing they're good at is basically shoving up the information networks in the West, and they do that by essentially cultivating the journalists and by treating them in a very beautiful style, right from the arrival to the airport and to the departure. They are seen off at the gate, and they're treated, they're saluted. All the other passengers are amazing. They say, amazing, who is this VIP? And then the VIP comes and sits into some corner seat, and when he gets out of his, whether London or Paris or Berlin or Washington, nobody is there for him. He's a nobody. I'm not saying he's a nobody. He's important. Every citizen is important. So what I'm saying is, Pakistan is special in that, and that is one reason why the Western press loves Pakistan, keeps visiting Pakistan, keeps getting this kind of expensive treatment, and keeps writing good publicity, because that good publicity is what this Pakistani war machine is good for. Spreading lies and falsehoods through InfoWar, which today, frankly, India is exposing, as robustly been done by External Affairs Minister Jaishankar in his statement. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Nalapad, thank you very much for being with us on the broadcast and also sharing your thoughts. Now, let's shift our focus to other developments. The 10th meeting of the Niti Aayog Governing Council has commenced today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is chairing this crucial meeting at the Bharat Mandapam. This meeting has brought together the chief ministers, the heads of the states and the administrators from across the country to deliberate on the roadmap for achieving Viksit Rajya, Viksit Bharat 2047. But what's interesting is that 5 chief ministers have skipped this meeting. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and Kerala Chief Minister P. Vijayan. And Puducherry Chief Minister Rangaswamy are not attending this meeting. All right, Manohar Kesari is joining me live on the broadcast with more details. Manohar, the 10th council meeting of the Niti Aayog is underway at Bharat Mandapam, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But what remains to be also concerning at one hand is that along with the opposition opposition chief ministers, this is also NDA chief ministers who have skipped the meeting of the Niti Aayog. What possibly could have also considered as a reason?
हाँ देखिए बिल्कुल ममता बनर्जी पहले भी जब लास्ट ईयर बैठक हुई थी 9th गवर्निंग काउंसिल ऑफ नीति आयोग, तो उसमें उन्होंने आरोप लगाया था कि हमें बोलने नहीं दिया गया, जबकि उसका जवाब फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमण ने कह दिया गया था कि सारे मिनिस्टर्स को टाइम डिसाइड था, सभी को बोलने का वक्त, अगर वक्त नहीं दिया गया तो बोली कैसे, 5 मिनट जो है सो उनके लिए डिसाइड था। हालांकि ममता बनर्जी ने ये आरोप लगा करके मीटिंग से बाहर निकल गई थी और उन्होंने कहा था कि हम इस मीटिंग में ज्वाइन नहीं करेंगे। दूसरी बात है कि केरल की मुख्यमंत्री, पुडुचेरी की मुख्यमंत्री की हम बात करें, नीतीश कुमार की बात करें, हालांकि नीतीश कुमार हो सकता है दोपहर तक शामिल हो, लेकिन उनके 2 उप मुख्यमंत्री जो हैं वो इस मीटिंग में शामिल हैं। लगातार अपोजिशन के जो राज्य है जहां पर अपोजिशन पार्टी के चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं, चाहे कर्नाटक के सिद्धारमैया हो, और सभी लोगों का ये आरोप है कि हमारा जो मांग है, उनकी जो मांगे हैं, जो लाखों रुपए में जो है सो लाखों करोड़ रुपए में उनकी जो बकाया राशि है जो केंद्र सरकार से जो राज्य सरकार को जाती है, वो अभी तक नहीं मिली है। तो हो सकता है कि इस बैठक में जो दूसरे राज्य, चाहे हिमाचल प्रदेश की बात करूं, चाहे झारखंड की बात करें, तो ऐसी स्थिति में ये तमाम राज्य जो है सो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी से अपनी बकाया राशि की मांग भी कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि ये बैठक काफी अहम इसलिए है कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के बाद पहली बार जो है मुख्यमंत्रियों के साथ इस तरह की प्रधानमंत्री की बैठक हो रही है। तो ये भी चर्चा हो सकती है दूसरी बात है कि राज्य और केंद्र के बीच किस तरह से कोऑर्डिनेशन रखा जाए, क्योंकि 2047 तक जो विकसित भारत का सपना है भारत केंद्र सरकार का, उसको कैसे पूरा किया जाए, वो तभी पूरा होगा जब राज्य विकसित करेगा। तो
All
ऐसी
right, Manohar,
स्थिति में
thank you very much for sharing more details and adding information. Now let's also shift our focus to other developments. Another senior Maoist leader was killed by security forces in Jharkhand's Latehar. Papu Lohara, who was carrying a reward of 10 lakh rupees, was neutralized by the forces. He was the leader of the Jharkhand Jan Mukti Parishad, a renegade Maoist outfit. He was killed along with his aide, Prabhat Ganju, who was carrying a bounty of 5 lakh rupees. Well, the encounter comes 3 days after Baswaraju, who is a general secretary rank leader, was killed in Chhattisgarh's Narayanpur district, which is very heavily affected by the Maoist activity. Now, the death of Papu Lohara adds to the 27 Maoists already neutralized in Operation Black Forest. This operation has proven to be a successful one, as additionally 54 Maoists have been arrested and 84 Maoists have surrendered in Chhattisgarh, Telangana and Maharashtra. My colleague Deepak Vishkarma is joining me live on the broadcast with more details. Deepak, what are you picking up as far as this latest development has come, where Maoists have been neutralized and the head of this leader of the Maoist group that was prominently having the dominance in the area of Jharkhand as well has been neutralized? Share more details.
ये बिल्कुल देखिए, जिस तरीके से लगातार ऑपरेशन चलाए जा रहे हैं, चाहे वो छत्तीसगढ़ हो, झारखंड हो, उड़ीसा हो, तेलंगाना हो, आंध्रा हो और मध्य प्रदेश और महाराष्ट्र गढ़चिरौली का इलाका, लगातार यहाँ पर ऑपरेशन चलाए जा रहे हैं। सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि जिस तरीके से 3 दिन पहले जो एक बड़ा लीडर था, जिसको ये कहा जा सकता है कि डीवीसी कमांडर था, उसको मार गिराया गया। और उसके बाद जिस तरीके से, क्योंकि उसकी जो धमक थी वो झारखंड में भी थी, उसकी धमक उड़ीसा में भी थी, महाराष्ट्र में भी थी, तेलंगाना में, आंध्रा में, छत्तीसगढ़ में। उसके बाद जो ऑपरेशन थे वो और तेजी से चलाए जा रहे हैं। इसी तारतम्य में झारखंड के लातेहार में सुरक्षा बलों ने एक माओवादी को मार गिराया जिसका नाम पप्पू लोहारा है और जिसके ऊपर 10 लाख रुपए का इनाम था। और तो और इसके साथ एक जो उसका सहयोगी था प्रभात गंजू, 5 लाख का इनामी, वो भी मारा गया। और इसके अलावा यदि बात की जाए तो जो ऑपरेशन ब्लैक फॉरेस्ट चलाया गया है उसमें जो मरने वालों की, माओवादियों की संख्या है वो 27 के आसपास पहुंच गई। तो इससे ये समझा जा सकता है कि जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का टारगेट है कि मार्च 2026 में, जिसको अमित शाह लगातार दोहराते हैं, बसव राजू की मौत के बाद भी उन्होंने इस चीज को दोहराया था कि मार्च 2026 तक देश से नक्सलवाद क्या चीज है इसका खात्मा हो जाएगा। उसी दिशा में ये लगातार एनकाउंटर किए जा रहे हैं, लगातार ऑपरेशन चलाए जा रहे हैं। फिर चाहे वो झारखंड हो, उड़ीसा हो, मध्य प्रदेश का इलाका हो, आंध्रा का इलाका हो, तेलंगाना का इलाका हो, छत्तीसगढ़ का इलाका और महाराष्ट्र का जो गढ़चिरौली का बेल्ट है वहां का इलाका हो। क्योंकि जब ऑपरेशन जो चलाए जा रहे हैं वो सामूहिक ऑपरेशन चलाए जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि ये लोग पूरे बॉर्डर का जो इलाका है, इन पूरे बॉर्डर के इलाकों में लगातार ये भागते हैं जब इनको खदेड़ा जाता है या ऑपरेशन चलते हैं। इसी वजह से अब चारों दिशाओं में घेराबंदी करके इनको मारा जा रहा है। इसी तारतम्य में जो पप्पू लोहारा, जो झारखंड का इनामी नक्सली था, वो मारा गया, उसका एक सहयोगी था, वो मारा गया है। और जो संख्या बल है लगातार नक्सलियों के मरने का, वो लगातार बढ़ता चला जा रहा है। तो इससे समझा जा सकता है कि जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने टारगेट डिसाइड किया है कि हम मार्च 2026 तक नक्सलवाद को खत्म कर देंगे, लेकिन जिस तरीके के ऑपरेशन चल रहे हैं और जो हमारे जवान है वो जंगलों के भीतर जाकर नक्सलियों की मांद में घुस के उनको मार रहे हैं, तो इससे समझा जा सकता है कि ये ऑपरेशन जो चलाया जा रहा है उस वो टारगेट जो रखा गया उससे पहले उसको अचीव किया जा सकता है।
All right, Deepak, thank you very much for sharing more updates. And on that note, viewers, with more news and updates on the other side, stay tuned.
चलो बेटे, टाइम हो गया।